Start. Mr. Chairman, sir, the events that have taken place in Delhi over the last 3 days have been of a tremendous magnitude. The whole of Delhi is in turmoil and lakhs of people are on roads. There has been a breakdown of law and order. People have died, dozens have been injured, and the whole of the beautiful capital is in absolute turmoil and tarnished. Sir, at a moment like this, we had expected that instead of trying to place blame upon one party or the other, the government would come forward with some constructive proposal to meet the requirement. But what has happened? In fact, in his statement, the minister has tried to place the blame upon the Delhi government. Let me point out to you, sir, that in 1996, when the Supreme Court first opined upon this, it was the BJP government which was in power. They were the ones which were in power in 1996, 1997, and 1998. For 3 years, they were in power and they did not take any adequate steps to meet this problem. It is only after the Congress government came to power and we began seriously the processes of acquisition of land and of trying to develop it. Sir, the basic point which I would like to make is that without an amendment to the master plan, it is not possible to solve this problem. I would like the House to be very clear on this, and that is the one point where the Honorable Minister has been extremely stubborn, if I may say so. He says that the question was not raised about the master plan. Will the minister clarify whether the present Chief Minister of Delhi has on more than one occasion met with the minister personally and pleaded with him to change the master plan without which the problem cannot be solved? But instead of doing that, he rejected this out of hand. He said that there is no question of changing the master plan. We have seen him say that on television. Sir, if the constitution can be amended 85 times, surely the master plan is not something which cannot be touched. Certainly, we want a pollution free Delhi. I have been a conservationist all my life. We have talked about conservation, but this is a human problem. There are lakhs of people whose daily life is disrupted, and if this is carried through, there will be a total turmoil and chaos in Delhi. Now, at least, I am afraid this is becoming a pattern of this government. But I am happy to learn that now, at last, today, for the first time, the Honorable Minister has said that they are prepared to amend the master plan. If he had said this earlier, if he had said this 2 years ago, when it was first mooted, this problem would not have been very serious. Let me make it very clear that this is a problem which can be solved only with the full cooperation of the Ministry of Urban Development, of the Delhi government, of the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, and with the cooperation of all multiple agencies in Delhi. It is not a simple problem. A lot of plots have been allotted in various industrial areas of Delhi. They need to be developed. It is not enough to allot a plot. You need water, you need electricity, you need roads, and you need all sorts of other infrastructure in order to develop them. What we have to do is to amend the master plan so that those industries which are particularly the non polluting industries should be allowed to stay where they are. It is quite clear that the areas where there is 70% industrial concentration have got to be declared industrial areas. But the good thing is that now the government has at least taken the view to do two things. One is that the master plan must be amended so that the areas with 70% industrial concentration should be declared industrial areas. Second, the list of household industries should be enlarged. Today, we can see that there are a large number of household industries. By no means can these be called polluting industries. They have to be given their place in the sun. They provide essential facilities for over 1.5 crores of people who live in the capital region area. It is not only the people in posh colonies who live here, it is also those people who live in those areas. I agree that pollution hits them the worst, but it has to be done in a humanitarian, humane, and imaginative manner. This sort of rigid attitude that the government took, which resulted in this fiasco, has created the absolute havoc. It is very clear that the Delhi government has tried its best to persuade the Ministry of Urban Development to change the master plan, but they have not agreed to do so, as a result of which this crisis has arisen today. I do not want to get into party polemics. I think it is unfair for the minister to try to blame the present government that has been in power only for less than 2 years, whereas there were three chief ministers of the BJP in the previous administration. My other colleagues are going to talk in more detail about the problem actually being faced, but I want to make basically 3 points. One is that this is a massive problem involving tens of lakhs of people, millions of people. It is something that has to be dealt with.